I swear, man, these Democrats hate America so much that they're willing to have TSA workers go without money, food. They can't take care of their family. They willing to allow terrorists to get on airplanes because of the deficit and the lack of TSA workers. They want to ruin the country because they hate Trump.
Isn't it time for Democrats to reopen and refund DHS?
Is it responsible for Democrats to hold up DHS funding with the threat of terror attacks looming during this conflict?
All right, TSA. Let's look at this first clip. The shutdowns in Austin are out of control. Roll it.
Currently in the Austin security line, and this is how long it is.
There's the airport, and here's the line.
You might as well drive.
Finally at the end, and here's the airport again.
Now, I'm going to play some Fox News clips, but why is this happening? Because Democrats are virtue signaling and don't want to fund ICE. And they don't want to fund the spending bill that's going to fund TSA and all these intricate. This is what they're, in my opinion, what they want to do is cause something catastrophic and blame Trump. They want TSA lines to be crazy and out of control. They want TSA workers to quit and go look for other jobs and have a shortage. And therefore, things can get through to the airport, get on the airplane, and somebody could do something crazy there. And then when they do something crazy, they're going to blame Donald Trump for his involvement in shutting down. This is what they want to do. Bush got hit because 9/11 happened during Bush's administration, then we went to war. Bush took a hit on that. Of course, everybody loved him at first, and then he took a hit. They want Trump to take a hit on some terrorist activity, and then they can blame him and say, we need new leadership because his radical theology is what's causing terrorism. And it's like, no, y'all trying to block the protection measures that'll put into place so something can happen and you can blame him. This wallet is slim, modern, and it actually is built for the way I live my life today. And it holds up to 12 cards plus cash, but somehow it stays incredibly compact. And it's not just about looks. These wallets are built to last. Ridge makes them with premium material like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber, so they're tough and they're also lightweight. And plus, they've got RFID blocking technology, which helps protect your cards from digital pickpocketers. In today's world, that kind of protection matters. They've got over 50 different styles and colors, so you can pick the one that fits your lifestyle. And with more than 100,000 five-star reviews, it's clear people love these things. Every Ridge product also comes with a lifetime warranty, which means this could literally be the last wallet you ever buy. Right now, Ridge is having their once-a-year anniversary sale. Head to ridge.com to get up to 40% off. That's up to 40% off at ridge.com. That's ridge.com. And after you get the checkout, make sure you tell them that your boy sent you. All right, wrote a clip from Fox News.
Last week, screening lines hours long, some of them snaking all the way out to parking garages or onto runways in some cases. TSA workers are walking off the job. You know, Chad Wolf, when you see this FlightWare map, and I don't know, we call it the misery map, you see at the top, it shows more than 4,000 delays, more than 3,000 cancellations already today. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy with this.
My hope is that Democrats will come to their senses, open up DHS, and then have a negotiation, have a conversation.
But they won't because they're evil. All right, next clip. Airline CEOs, 503.
Frustration is boiling over. The CEOs of major airline companies are now criticizing members of Congress for, as they say, once again making air travel a political football in another government shutdown. The heads of American, Delta, Southwest, JetBlue, Alaska, United Airlines, among others, are calling for lawmakers to come together to find a solution. In an open letter, they write, Americans who live in your districts and home states are tired of long lines at airports, travel delays, and flight cancellations caused by shutdown after shutdown. Now it's up to you, Congress, to move forward on bipartisan proposals that will get federal aviation workers, including TSA officers, U.S. Customs clearance officers at airports, and air traffic controllers paid during shutdowns.
Now look at what they done to these people. TSA workers, I saw this on the news the other day. TSA workers are literally quitting. They have to get second jobs. They got food lines for people to donate to feed these people. You know how mother freaking crazy that is. You know how pissed I am about this? And one reason is because I pay taxes. I just paid a crazy amount of taxes just right now. Over 6 figures. And what are they doing with your money? Playing. That's why I think people should all of us should just not pay taxes and see what happens. They just blowing your money. And these people, you not only already they took your taxes to pay these people, they're deciding they ain't gonna pay them. And then they asking people to donate to help them get. I already donated with the taxes I gave. I can't stand these people. Oh, Lord Jesus, help us all. All right, roll the clip. Look at the food lines.
On the facts, the Senate failed to advance that Homeland Security funding for the 4th time yesterday. We have airline CEOs faulting Congress for not paying TSA agents. I've got video of TSA workers on food lines because they just missed their second paycheck, half paycheck last time, full paycheck this Friday. Why can't your leaders break this deadlock?
Margaret, I think we should. And what we have offered is let's pay TSA, let's pay FEMA, let's pay the National Guard, the Coast Guard, let's pay CISA. I'd even say let's pay Customs and Border Patrol. If we can't agree on ICE reforms, let's pay everybody else.
Oh, you sorry son of a gun. You sorry mother freaking fool. I can't believe they still think it makes sense to say we're not going to cover ICE. We're not going to pay for ICE. Because in one city, 2 people have died. One city. 2 people that fought, antagonized, tried to run over ICE agents. Nowhere else in the country. 50 states. ICE ain't had to kill nobody. They kill people in the same city, probably in the same block, because they stupid. And they were justified. And they want to shut the whole... These Democrats, they ain't gonna make heaven like this. Roll the clip. Cory Booker. Listen to this fool. This is the craziest clip out of the whole clip series. Roll it.
The growing concerns you even see amongst law enforcement about the security of our home, it's unacceptable to me.
So in terms of the security of our home, there have been a number of attacks. The ISIS-inspired bombing attempt in New York City outside Mamdani's house, a shooting target at an ROTC class at Old Dominion, and on and on and on. Meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security is still shut down because Senate Democrats are blocking the funding bill over the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. Given the security concerns you just expressed, and given the fact that honestly, Secretary Noem has been fired, Tom Homan took over from Greg Bovino and Noem in Minnesota, you could argue Democrats won the debate. Isn't it time for Democrats to reopen and refund DHS?
So first of all, Democrats have tried multiple times to try to get TSA, CISA, the Coast Guard funded. Republicans have refused time and time again to fund.
Yeah, they want the whole agency funded.
They want the whole agency. ICE is still out there doing reckless things in communities. ICE is still arresting and detaining American citizens. ICE is still having unmasked people jumped out of unmarked cars, abducting people from the streets, barreling into homes. Even Americans, even veterans are being swept up in ICE's chaos. I will not approve another dollar for ICE, given all that they're doing. But we should be funding those TSA agents that keep us safe, CISA, Coast Guard, and for Republicans to refuse to do it is unacceptable.
So let's screw travel, the economy. Let's do all that because ICE have had some run-ins in 1 or 2 cities. 600,000 deportations. 600,000. You're talking about criminals and murderers and stuff all getting deported. All of that, they arrest 100 and something citizens or detain them. Like, that's a pretty reasonable ratio. Sometimes those things do happen. And it's not like me and you. It's somebody living with illegal aliens and all kind of other stuff that they involved in that get them caught up in this ICE raid stuff. It's not random people just sitting there minding their own business. It's people that got stuff going on. Or they involved with people that got stuff going on. And they get caught in the middle. And you want the whole country to suffer and people to be struggling to travel. You want potential terrorist activity to be exacerbated because you want to put your foot down about ICE because they killed 2 nut jobs in Minnesota. And you can't make this stuff up.